Hey beer tubers, this is Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me once again. I'm going to be finishing up Pumpkin Ale Week with Midnight Sun Brewing Company's Treat. I've heard a lot of great things about this brewery. They're up in Anchorage, Alaska, and there's two major breweries that we get from breweries up in Alaska that we get beers from. Midnight Sun's one, and we just recently got them in, I believe, and then the other's Alaskan Brewing Company, who are out of Juneau. But Treat, I've heard great things. This is a dark ale that is brewed with pumpkin and spices and cocoa. Now, the Treat stands for, according to the bottle, the Royal Eccentric Ale Treatment. So it's an ale brewed with pumpkin, cocoa nibs, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, and clocks in at 7.8% alcohol by volume. So it's on the high side, almost like an imperial stout kind of. But the bittering is really low. They say it's only 30 IBUs. So it's almost like a heavy-duty porter, kind of getting into almost imperial range. Or maybe that's imperial range, 7%. I don't know. It's hard to say, but never had this beer before. Never had anything from the brewery. But I hear this is a great beer. Color-wise, that thing's pitch black. I don't see any color through there. One finger, kind of like a khaki-colored head on there. Lots of small bubbles. Let's get the nose on it. Oh yeah, that's a great nose. Wow. Big time fresh pumpkin notes. Reminds me of like almost even a more intense Southern Tier pumpkin. Maybe, oh wow. Big time, just, I get everything. The pumpkin and the spices are just really dominating the aroma. It smells awesome. Actually, I think it reminds me more of Weyerbacher's Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So much spice, so much nutmeg and cinnamon and pumpkin coming off this. It's amazing. I'm trying to see if I can get any of the malt in there. It's just so dominated by those notes on the nose. Maybe like a dark fruits coming through from the malts. Yeah, maybe like a little bit of a roasted character. Not much, just really just dominated by those pumpkin characteristics. So I can't wait to try this. I'm going to dig in. Cheers. Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's really good and interesting. I can see why this beer's got a lot of attention. It's almost like pumpkin with a dark beer background. Like a chocolatey background of pumpkin. Oh yeah, you got all the flavors up front. I get the pumpkin characteristics. The nutmeg, the cinnamon, and even the pumpkin itself. I really taste pumpkin in this beer. I get like a toasted malt. I get that crust that you get like in the Sun T.R.E.A.T pumpkin. On the back end, you get a little bit of like a bitterness from the roasted malts, and then you get some chocolate in there. You get those cocoa nibs coming through. Wow, this is really good beer so far. I get even more clove. Like I wasn't getting a whole lot of like clove on the nose, but I do get more clove in the taste, along with the cinnamon and the nutmeg. The cinnamon takes a little backseat to the clove and the nutmeg, flavor-wise. But actually now actually at the end, the aftertaste, I actually get some like a cinnamon spice kick in there as well. Like I just got done eating like a really nice fresh baked pumpkin pie. It's kind of like the aftertaste of it. The dark malts and the chocolate kind of fades away and leaves the spice character in your mouth. So I'm gonna let it warm up. See if those darker malts maybe come out to play more. So I'll be back in a bit. All right, back with Midnight Sun's Treat, and now that I've let it warmed up and drank more, my palate's gotten more used to the spice character, so I think that kind of allows the malts to really come through. So you do get more of a roasted chocolatey note behind all this typical pumpkin characteristics in this ale. It's a medium bodied beer, so it doesn't completely coat your tongue, but it's very drinkable. It's fairly smooth beer, and it tastes like fresh pumpkin pie, and maybe you drizzle a little bit of like dark chocolate on top of it. And that's like the flavors I'm getting with this. So if you don't like maybe chocolate with your pumpkin, you probably wouldn't like this beer, but I mean, it really works for me. The other thing about this beer is the amount of like fresh pumpkin taste you get in this. There's a lot of pumpkin flavors in this. They probably use pumpkin throughout the whole entire brewing process. It has this really fresh like pumpkin taste to it that, I mean, pumpkin has it, but I got it more in Green Flash's fire roasted pumpkin ale, in which they use pumpkin throughout the brewing process. And I got that one fresh, like right when it came out. So this one has that quality to it as well as the spice character. And so it just makes it that much more like a actual pumpkin beer than some of the other ones, which are more like spiced ales. I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing an A+. This thing's blowing me away. I like it better than pumpkin. I can't believe that. I mean, to me, pumpkin, I haven't had every single pumpkin ale, but I think I've had some of the better ones out there. At least the ones that are bottled. And this one is even better than pumpkin. If not, it's at least like 1A to pumpkin's 1B. They're both amazing beers, but this one, I just didn't expect it to be as good as it was. But I do favor some of the darker beers and that chocolate note. It's almost like Southern Tier chocolate or Southern Tier pumpkin, and add in a little bit, blend in a little of the Southern Tier chocolate in there. And I mean, that's almost what you're getting with this beer. I really like it. I think it's a one-of-a-kind beer that it just blew me away. It's a fantastic beer. I can't say many great things about this beer, but Midnight Sun nailed it. It's inventive. It's quality. It's expertly crafted beer by them. So I can see why this beer got a lot of attention, a lot of hype, and I'm glad I picked up a bottle of it. Show you a shot again. Midnight Sun's Treat. I will be picking up more of their beers and reviewing them eventually, because this one's excellent, so I'm sure they do a lot of other excellent beers. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe to the channel. Cheers.